Now on homes, just showing you these 3 lines, very simple: Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen. These are home sales on a daily basis, and we've smoothed it out using the moving average. Basically, home sales reached a peak, a record high, back in June. Since then, because of seasonal factors, home sales have slowed a little bit, but still much higher compared to the same period last year. This indicates a lot of the households are still interested in buying homes, but they're taking a bit of a break from the torrent activity in the first 6 months of the year. They're waiting for prices to settle down a bit because property prices in many of the Chinese cities actually reached record levels in July. People are on the sidelines a little bit right now before they come back into the market, perhaps in the fall. So this shows you demand is still very strong, interest in the housing market is still very high, but the market needs to take a bit of a breather before it can resume the activity that we saw back in June and July. Potential residential property supply shortage. 2 lines here. The yellow line shows you the amount of properties sold on a year-over-year basis, growing by some 40–50%. But the blue line shows you property completed. So the amount of floor space completed is only growing 20%. So if this trend continues, more buyers than the supply that's available, that means sometime in the first half of 2010, we may have a shortage in housing supply. So that's why in the recent months, you're seeing many of the developers in China buying land. Land auctions have been very, very active. And many of the developers have bought land already, and I think they're going to begin construction activity in the not-too-distant future to prevent a shortage of supply sometime in the first half of 2010. Prices for property, several cities: Shenzhen, Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin, Guangzhou. So except for Shenzhen, the prices for property in each of the cities I mentioned has reached record levels in July. Shenzhen is much more volatile because it's affected by sentiment from Hong Kong, buyers from Hong Kong buy a lot of properties in Shenzhen, and also because of the geographical proximity, the Shenzhen market is very much linked to the Hong Kong market. But in the inland regions, such as Tianjin is in the inland, but Chengdu, for example, Sichuan, property demand is very strong. In central China, Wuhan, demand is very strong. And in nearly all the large cities, property prices have reached record levels. And this is why you're seeing volumes soften a little bit in the recent weeks, because prices have gone up so much. People are waiting on the sidelines, perhaps waiting for some discounts to come in before they jump in. Now, real estate construction is picking up. This is very positive for construction materials. 2 lines here. New starts, that's the line at the bottom. New starts dipped into negative territory for the past 6 months because a lot of the sales you're seeing in the property market these days are basically getting rid of existing inventory. Existing inventory levels are much lower now, so developers are beginning to construct new housing. So you're seeing the rebound now, the line at the bottom, of new starts going up. And the floor space under construction has already gone into positive territory in the last several months. So this, again, indicates property construction is going to become one of the major growth drivers in the remainder of this year. As land sales have completed, developers are basically designing their projects and hoping to deliver those projects in another 12 to 18 months. So this bodes very well for cement, for steel, and other construction-related industries.